Files app is an app built into the Apple operating system. If it's not present on your iPad, you can download it for free from the App Store. And it provides a perfect way of marking and assessing students' work. So simply select the Files app. Hold down anywhere that's white on the screen, just not on a file or a folder. A menu will appear and you can select New Folder. Type in the name of the folder, in this case Assessment, Mitosis and Meiosis. Once you have named your folder, simply select the option Done in the top right hand corner of the screen and it will return you to the folders and the files in the Files app. Leave the Files app and return to the home screen of your iPad. Open up the email app on your iPad. Locate the email for the first student who submitted work, in this case Kim. Open the attached file and then save this file to the relevant folder, the Assessment, Mitosis and Meiosis. I've asked my students to save the file simply with their name as the title. This makes it much easier to locate the work and to resend the work to the students. So we continue this process for each of the students who have submitted their assignment. In this case, I'm just showing it for 3 different students. Here we can see Gemma's opening the PDF, selecting the upward arrow in the box in the top right corner, selecting Save to Files, and then selecting the location and clicking Save to save Gemma's work to that folder. Finally, I've sent myself an email. That email has a PDF attachment and that attachment shows the mark scheme. I will again save that file to the same folder. It's really important that you ask your students to save all of their work as a PDF, as this is how it is best to mark. Revisit the Files app, go into the folder that contains the assessments, open up your first student's work, in this case Gemma's. We tap on Gemma's work and it opens up on the screen in front of us. We now need to open a second copy of the Files app. To do that, we drag up from the bottom of the screen to reveal the menu bar. We then hold down on the Files app icon and we drag upwards in a diagonal fashion towards the right of the screen until we start to see the screen separate and divide in 2. When we see that happen, we can lift our finger up and we should then see the screen snap into 2 halves with 2 copies of the app running side by side. We can then select in the right hand version of the app the Mitosis and Meiosis mark scheme and open it up. So we now have Gemma's work on one side and the mark scheme on the other. We are free to scroll up and down both Gemma's work and the mark scheme as we require. Here I'm scrolling down through Gemma's work and I can then start scrolling down through the mark scheme. I can zoom in on the mark scheme and I can also do the same if I want to with the student's work so I can see it more clearly. You can interact with both sides of the screen simultaneously. As you can see, we're scrolling back up on both the mark scheme and the work at the same time. To start marking, you tap on the pen icon in the top right hand corner of the app and you will see it change colour as you do. You are then free to use your Apple Pencil or pen to start writing on the screen. Here you can see I begin marking the first question, offering some feedback to the student in the process. Once I've finished marking the first 2 questions, I deselect the pen option in the top right hand corner and scroll with my finger down to the next question. I can pinch to zoom in on the student response. I can then reselect the pen option in the top right hand corner. As you can see, you're provided with the option to change the pen colour, the pen type, to erase mistakes if you make them. You can also select other options such as highlighters or pencils should you require them. At any point, you can just simply select the Done option from the top left-hand corner and return to the folder. All of your annotation will be automatically saved. You can then open the next student's work that you wish to mark. In this case, I'm going to open Kim's work by tapping upon the screen. Kim's work opens up I can select the pen option from the top right hand corner again, and I can start marking Kim's work in the same way, annotating with additional information or posing questions to the student as we work through. We deselect the pen option, and then we can scroll through the document, and we can zoom in as and when required, and just simply click done when you're finished, and it'll return you to the main menu. So we'll now fast forward time and go back to Gemma's work, and as if by magic, it's all marked. Unfortunately, the iPad can't do that for you. As I scroll down through Gemma's work, I notice a question. She's hit 4 of the marking points. Unfortunately, the question is only worth 3 marks, so I've made an error there. So I can select the pen option and select the eraser option, and I can erase the 4 marks and change it to 3 marks. I can then scroll back up through the documents, reselect the pen option, and I can change the overall total score that she's achieved on this assignment. Once you're happy that the marking has all been completed for an assignment, you can click on the upward arrow in the top right hand corner of the app and select the mail option. I can enter Gemma's email address, the subject of the email, a short message, and the file will be attached as a PDF, complete with all the marking and all of the annotation. When Gemma receives the email, she can open up the PDF, she can read through my comments, and she can then respond to the feedback and make her corrections. The Apple Pencil is an expensive device. Listen on though, because there are cheaper alternatives. There is a first generation and second generation of pencil, and they're compatible with various different iPads, generally just the latest models from the last few years. There are many alternatives to the Apple Pencil on the market. Many of these are considerably cheaper than the Apple product, and the other benefit is that many of these pens will work with much older iPad devices than the Apple Pencil currently does. As you can see, you can buy a stylus pen from as little as $7.99 from Amazon that will function with iPads from the very early generations. Of course, there will be variation in the quality of these products, and some of the functionality of the official Apple Pencil will be lost. However, many of these products will have more than enough capability of annotating and marking student work on screen. Please make sure that you consult online reviews before making any purchase. And please check that the particular pen, pencil or stylus product that you're buying is compatible with a particular generation of iPad that you own. Once again, thank you for listening, and I hope this video has proved useful to you.